Hello everybody, this is Zina again with another flip through. I just finished this art journal a couple of days ago and I thought you might like to see it. So I'm going to go right ahead. I made this one from an old book actually. Originally I thought about using the complete cover, but then the spine was really not in very good shape, so I ended up cutting the spine completely. I just took the front and back cover and used these rings to hold everything together, and it's working very nicely. Again, this is a loose leaf journal like my last one, and I do very much enjoy working in those kind of books. The book itself had already this dark red fabric as well as this golden design here, so I left that and just added some metal. This is a cutout from art paper. I decoupaged it a little bit to add the flowers and the bird and a little bit of metal. The backside is simple. The only thing I added is this lace on both sides, which happened to be the right color, so it turned out nicely. And these are also parts of some jewelry. I'm not exactly sure what they were originally, but they also have that similar dark red in them. And the closure is very simple. I just took a pretty ribbon and it just has a couple of what do you call those, braids? Yep. Alright, and here's the first page. This one I called Randomness Brought into Harmony. At the time I really wanted to give myself a bit more room to experiment new things and do things a little different than I had done before. And I think some pages have a little bit of a different flair, but well, it's not so easy. I think I have a certain style and a certain way of doing it, and well, that's okay. It's okay. I don't mind it really. I guess I'm just kind of following my inspiration, see what happens. Okay, there is actually a little quote here, and it says, "Life tells us to find the big moments, but real life happens in the smaller moments. These are the moments that feel like nothing else." I thought it was kind of sweet, and so I put it there. So my first page has a couple of movie stars on it. You recognize them, right? And I experimented a little bit with fabric, again a little bit of metal. If you like to know exactly how these pages came about, please check out my Facebook page called Ina's Art Room, and each one of these pages is posted there with all the instruction of how I made them. So I won't be going so slow explaining everything, maybe one or two things here or there. Okay, here again I mostly just put a word. This one says sentimental. And in this book I did single pages, double and triple pages. And again, because they're loose leaf, the back side gets a bit messy, from working on my desk, so I like to always pretty it up a little bit. If you look at some of my other videos, in the last one I decoupaged napkins to kind of cover up the back, and here I decided just to go very simple. So this is just acrylic paint applied with a credit card. I picked just a couple of shades and that's all. Right, here's another one. This one is called Living. This one is actually paint chips, the ones you get at the Home Depot and places like that. Alright. This one I made just coming back from a couple of days at one of our mountain resorts here, and there was a restaurant who had this as an emblem, and I thought it was so cute, so I had to use it. Memories, and who doesn't like fire? Okay, and this is a bigger one. This is 3 spread. It has very faint letters here. It says Classy Wheels. This one, it's funny. Sometimes I don't know how it's with you. Originally it wasn't so much my favorite. I enjoyed making it, but then I wasn't so sure if it wasn't a bit dark or whatever, and I got a lot of really good comments on this one. So sometimes I don't know often what is appealing to other people and what they're like. Of course, you know, it's important that I like it, but it's nice when other people like it too, right? In all my pages I do a lot of embellishments. Now this is some completely out of my league usually. I was doing this together with a friend who is a scrapbooker, so well, it was fun and it's cute. It's not so much my style, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Why not? It's good sometimes to do something different. And this one says, remember when, wondering. Yeah, I like this one a lot. It has a bit of an Asian flair with these houses and those girls. There's a little feather actually. And this was a page, it's basically completely made of pieces people had sent me in different swaps and things like that. It had a colored napkin way under there and all these flowers and butterflies, and nearly everything was sent to me. So it was fun to put it together like that. This is acrylics, the dark part there. And this was my page for the first hashtag event on YouTube for the month of July. It was called hashtag Love Some Art. A lot of those arts are still available there, so if you ever want to look them up, just type in hashtag Love Some Art and you see all kinds of fun arts. Yeah, that's one of my VW buses. I sure like them. This says, make your history. This way to summer escape. I think this was an advertisement for a grocery store, something about summer, you know, discount or something. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Alright. And then my little girl, yeah, she was so pretty you could hardly do anything wrong. So it says, high above it all. And I added a couple little star beads to the feather. It has quite a lot of layers here too. It has again some, I think this was actually painter's tape. And these are some die cut flowers. And it has also some tissue paper. That's where this texture comes from. Here I tried out some pan pastels and I love the shading, the way it came about. Those are fabric, flowers and leaves. A love story. This is actually some German script from a very old book someone sent me. Yeah, it's fun to incorporate all these different things, different gifts you get. Now here I really didn't do all that much, but the photo was already like this, a forest with her walking, and I just loved it and I wanted to keep it somehow. So really all I did here, I did enhance it by adding quite a lot of different greens and shades and pinks and purples. And then I added these doilies. There's two on top of each other. I dyed them both a little bit with coffee and the top one pink as well. And then I added all the flowers. Whisper. And here are my penguins. It says, few things in life are black or white. I choose a border which was made up mostly of black and white elements, but plus one little, it was just one little piece, so it had all kinds of great colors on it from some kind of advertisement. So I ripped that up too and inserted it so here and there. And if you look really closely, black and white also means you know, sneakers, sport shoes. We have some Nikes here. That was just a fun thing to do. This is living the right life. Actually, these two pictures of hands were actually taken from a magazine article about aging, but I just loved them. I don't know, I just wanted to use them, and I think yeah, I really like this. I like the way the color came, and this is, well, the best thing I can find in a way of gauze and stuff. It's not perfect. I'm still looking for some better stuff, but it works. A bit of metal. This one, I have a video how I made this, and actually there's also a video on my channel about the Love Summer Art page. So this, yeah, it looks like traveling. It says, "Let's find our way." I love those two ladies in that car, and that was fun to make. And this one, this is a place unlike any other. I like the image of the dog with the little girl. Some of it is napkin, some of it is stamping. And again, I used a border from a magazine. It's actually wood, so I cut it for the border. And this was my contribution to the next hashtag event, the one for August, called Collage Art. And I just posted that a couple of days ago, and there's a video of how I made it as well. Stop and smell the roses. Excuse me. And then this one, I quite like this page, the way it came out the morning after. It says, this one was a bit of a trial and error because I had a different journal I had started in a while back, but it was not a loose leaf one, and I had started this page in there, and right after the first page, things were leaking all over, and I just felt like I didn't want to continue in the album, or maybe use it for something else. So I ended up actually taking this page out and putting it in here, and I had to do a little, cutting and putting it together because it wasn't exactly the same size, but I think you can hardly tell. Anyway, it was worth keeping, but I wanted it in here instead. And there's my Edelweiss lady. Someone in Germany sent me this beautiful napkin with a little girl. Your world in all its wonder. There she is. This already came in the flower shape, but it's a landscape, it's islands and somewhere in Hawaii probably. And then this is my last page. So I started and ended with a movie star. So many people commented on this page. Of course, many people love the movie My Fair Lady, and Audrey Hepburn is lovely and always will be, right? That's why it says timeless. This is a paper flower, and there's a little metal flower there too. Alright, and that pretty much is the end of my album. Here is a little quote I found too. It says, "A perfect place to celebrate." Yay, we can celebrate. And there's the little exit sign. And there's my dates of when I started and when I finished it. I don't usually stamp each page because I kind of work through my albums pretty steadily, one after the other. So I do stamp them though, just the album of when I started and when I completed it. So as you can see, this is very simple pages and cover, but it worked. And I'm already working on my next one, of course. So here it is. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for everyone who subscribed to my channel. I feel really pleased with that. as I'm still a newcomer, I really appreciate every single one of you, and thank you for all the kind comments. I hope to see you soon again, and I'm planning to keep posting videos. So, bye bye. See you soon.